Good morning, guys. Look, yesterday I made two different videos. I made a video for GD's Lessons of Love and Healing, episode 1, and I made a Ancestor Says video. Now, I pressed upload. They were uploaded. I don't know what happened. They like disappeared, and they're not in my drafts or nothing. But however, I don't let the small things fool me. I might have. I don't know what happened. It doesn't matter. But so we're gonna do this again today. I'm not a person that gives up easily. I get frustrated. I definitely get frustrated. I'm human. You know, I get emotions. We all do. However, to give up is never an option. So I gotta work out and get myself in order. I'm gonna record again my first episode of GD's Lessons of Love and Healing, and then I'm going to channel some messages on Ancestor Says and go from there. Now I express my frustrations and just literally talk about every day-to-day I say trials, but they're really fights within your own mind to force yourself to push it to the limit in a good sense, because a lot of people love to put off the illusion that everything's perfect and easy in their life, and like they got to this place with no sweat, or things of that matter, and when in reality it's never like that, to be honest with you. And I don't bring negative energy to exude to other people, but just because you have a little does not mean that you are in a low vibe or a negative vibe. It means that you're human and your brain's telling you to stop, but you're going to keep moving, which ultimately is a good vibe, and it's high vibes. And you just know that in the next 5 minutes, that little is going to be like gone, and you're going to pat yourself on the back, because no matter what I felt with that I kept moving. And I love what came from that authentic moment and situation, that I was able to express how I was feeling about it and keep moving. And it not stop me, it not slow me down, it not hinder me, it not being the catalyst of my day. Me being able, and this is for everybody, to express my emotions in a productive way and learn something from it. Because everything that you go through, small or big, there's always a lesson to learn from it, which is, in turn, the blessing. Because you start to apply it to other situations. It's emotional control. It is also being able to express and communicate maturely, For me, that and expressing things like this and being able to share my story and let people see the growth from literally starting at the bottom to the top, because I know where I'm going, I know where I'm going to end up at, but I know what it takes to get there. It's going to take sweat, tears, frustration. It's going to take consistency. It's going to take days that I feel like I'm failing, days that I feel like I'm on top. It's going to take up, down, round, around. It's going to take refining. It's going to take me corking my brand, which is me, and what I'm trying to get back to the world, utilizing the gifts that God has blessed upon me, and pushing, which is metaphorically laughing to keep from crying. You get it? I'm sure both of you to be laughing to keep from crying, because being frustrated and annoyed with any situation is so easy for you to give up, which is the crying. It's easy for you to say forget it, which is the crying. It's easy for you to take the easier route, which is the crying. Instead, you laugh, which is you finding a way to express those emotions, to release those emotions, so you can just keep pushing forward. And then you look back later on this afternoon in a whole different spirit, with a whole different light, and you laugh at how frustrated that little thing made you this morning. Like, to wake up your videos not uploaded, how mad you was. But it's like, dang, I really got mad. But look at how I reacted. I don't feel like a fool. I don't feel like I overreacted. I felt like I utilized that energy in a proper way, that I was able to express it in a way that it's going to help other people, and for other people that might have woke up in that same mood this morning, to know that you're not alone. You're not alone. For other people that's starting a channel, starting their company or a business, and they are their brand, they are their business, you're not alone. People that starting off slow but surely, slow but steady, you're not alone. It's just utilizing whatever energy, or everything's energy, so mood energy, whatever vibration or hurdles that's in front of you, around you, as your ultimate good, transmuting it into something else positive and beautiful. But yeah, laughing to keep from crying, I'm trying to really keep myself persistent in me giving the information that's given to me, and continue on growing and learning, and not letting myself get discouraged. And that's, everybody in this world can get discouraged. Everybody in this world can get frustrated. Everybody in this world can be like, oh my God. But when you really want something, you don't give up on it easy. And this is my calling, period. This is a part of my calling, because when you answer a call, it's not just one task, when you are on a journey, it's not just one. It's healing, it's self-discovery, it's growth, it's different steps to whatever it is that you are called on this earth to do. And when you commit to it, you commit to it. And it's not easy at all. Of course, it's not easy. It was easier to ignore it and keep it moving. I know cliche, but it's a lot of people that like to say and claim and wear the badge, but they don't go through the fire or the storms, you know. And some of us do, and you can see it. You can tell. But that's a part of growth. You being comfortable when you strip to nothing. You being comfortable when you are working with the needs and none of your wants. You are comfortable when it seems everyone in the world is against you, you know. You are comfortable under pressure. You are comfortable and able to keep moving and putting it out and getting it out no matter how heavy the storm is. You're comfortable standing in that storm even if you're by yourself. In every story of the Bible, each one of the messengers or his disciples, his chosen, his leaders, his prophets, you know, in whatever way he anointed people with gifts, they always went through adversity, and not a little adversity, major adversity, from being in jail to being outcasted to being attacked. Look at Jesus, was put pinned to the cross, crucified, had to carry everybody that answered their call, got to carry that daggone cross carry their own cross across the wilderness. And I'm talking about using that, like, don't jump on my back. None of us gave the sacrifice that Jesus gave up. None of us. He gave his life. However, I'm just talking about metaphorically. We carry our cross when we're having to face us, and we're having to be honest with us, and we're having to do what God called us to do even when we don't want to. Do what God called us to do even when you don't feel like it. Do what God called us to do even when you feel like you don't have the things equipped to do it. That's the way you learn that everything you need is in you. And it will go from there. The miracles that God placed in your life, it is in divine timing. I am an impatient person. I'm a go-getter though. So I don't mind going after what I want. I don't mind putting in the work. I don't give up easy. I keep, but when it comes to patience, that was a weaker side of me. I can never say it's not, because I'm somebody that just do it. Like, you tell me, all right, this is what we're gonna do today. Just tell me everything, because I'm gonna go chase and run after it, and I'm gonna get it done. I'm not looking back. I'm not looking over to my side or that side. I'm just gonna, what's the task? Done. Boom, 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 boom. Period. But also, in between those tasks, you're supposed to, like, take some time to sit back and reflect, you know. Not just, the point is just not getting it done. It's getting well, in some cases, like if you're doing a job or work, it's getting the experience out of getting it done, you know, getting the lesson out of getting it done, getting the message out of getting it done. So that's something I'm working on, and that doesn't mean that you aren't deserving. Myself or anyone else is like that, and that doesn't make you a bad person either. You're just somebody, you know, you like results. Just like working out. If you work out every day, you want results. You want to see that it's working. However, you know that takes time. It's a process. You know, when you're putting your all into something, you want to see your results. You know, but anything that is genuinely tongue-tied already this morning. Anything that is any type of sturdy or any type of strong foundation, solid foundation, takes time to build. You know, anytime you've seen a building or a house built up fast within months, because we all see it. The first terrible storm, the top's off, it's blown down. Meanwhile, we got these buildings that took 2 years to build. I'm not saying I want to take 2 years to grow, okay? But you see, those are the ones that still standing decades later. You see people that like took time to build up their companies or their businesses. Those are the ones that when recession came, they were still standing, you know? They had longevity. So that message is for somebody, angel number 444-111-333. And like, we all are flawed. And sometimes you really do got to sit back and reflect on yourself. The pressure you're feeling, where's the pressure coming from? Why do I feel this pressure? What's driving me to feel this way? And you meditate on it, reflect on it. Sometimes you gotta speak it out loud. Some people heal with speaking, some people heal with writing, some people heal with, you know, just music. And not everything you gotta heal from is something that is from an outside factor. Sometimes it's your own mind. Sometimes it's your own way of moving, your own way of living, your own perceptions of how things should be or how things are supposed to be. Sometimes it's your own the box that you live in your own head, that you placed on your own head, the box you placed on you, whether it is limiting or it is a specific way things should be, a specific outcome you want, or a specific time. For all that is limiting beliefs. Even if it's a goal, it's still limited. How can you control what happens in the process of you making whatever you're making, or you building whatever you're building, or you changing whatever you're changing? Still limited. It might go faster, it might go slower, but at the end of the day, as long as every day you put one foot in front of the other, it's going. And I will be back later to do my stuff. And don't forget, everything happens for a reason. Nothing is a coincidence. Take that how it resonates. And as I always say, remember to pray. Bye, y'all.